Alright, in this clip, let's have a look to the different viewer tools we have down here. The first menu here is for the navigation, and we already saw in the previous clip that I can orbit around objects with the C key, I can pan around with the X key, and I can zoom and unzoom with the Z key. The last mode here is the first-person navigation mode, and that will allow me to move around my world a little bit like if it was a virtual reality environment. Alright, if by mistake I lost my objects, I can come back at any time in that menu and click on that Fit to View button to center my model in the center of my viewer. Next to my navigation tools, I have the visualization here. Right now, I'm viewing the texture, but I can view only the solid object. I can view as well the wireframe, the texture plus wireframe. Oh, we got some little display bugs, and as well the X-rays. Alright, I will just go back to the textured with wireframe. Here I have my selection tools, so I can select one of these three options to select some faces, and I will start with the brush. And here now I can kind of paint some of the face to select them. And to select them, we'll see a little bit later that then we are going to be able to edit those faces. So I can add to the selection by holding Shift, and I can remove to the selection by holding Alt. I could have used as well these two buttons down here. I can choose the size of my brush right here. I can invert my selection, and I can work with the Isolate Selection mode, which will only display the selected faces. If I want to bring back my entire objects, I will just click again on that button. So I have as well the lasso mode to select faces, and as well the window mode. I will click outside my model to deselect everything. Okay, the last menu here is the display options, and I can choose to display a bunch of stuff. For example, the camera positions, and all these small cameras will correspond to the photos I use to create the model, so it will display the 3D position of these cameras. I could choose to display as well the orthographic view. I mean, I can choose to show some of the orthographic view of my model, for example, on the side or on the top. I can view the orbit gimbals, and that will allow me to rotate my model. I can display the orthographic projection if I need to create a projection texture. That could be useful. I can choose if I want to use a white background or a dark gray background. And here to display a couple of options. The box, that could be useful to get an idea of the volume if you want to 3D print your object, for instance. The ground shadow, and we don't see it because we are in the orthographic view right now, but if I'm coming back to my perspective mode here, and I probably need to rotate a little bit, here we go. You can see that this is the ground shadow that allows you to know where your object is sitting. And finally, you can display here the world grid, which is right in the middle right now. So you can as well disable everything by clicking on there. So there we go. Here we do have the undo and the redo, and this is it. In the next clip, we are going to have a look to the different edit tools we have right here.